Om Sri Sai Ram, my humble pranams at the lotus feet of Swami. Invoking the blessings of Swami, let us continue thinking aloud on dynamic parenting, the Sai way. As human beings, we construct our own reality based on what messages we have received from our parents, as well as our experiences in life so far. And usually, our parenting styles are based on this reality that we have constructed for ourselves. But when we reach the Sai fold, we may have to rethink about it and reconstruct the reality in the lines of what he has taught us through his spoken and written words. Then modify our parenting style based on this new reality that we have understood. Actually, we are not reasonable if we assume that the only reality is what is within our experience and our own comprehension. So we have to make an audit, do an audit. Check whether our concept of reality is in tune with what Swami wants us to be. A life based on the 5 cardinal values which he has taught us. And then reorient our parenting styles accordingly, based on what he has taught us. The world changes, values don't. Eternal values in a changing society, it is said. Swami has given us clear guidelines for developing a personality through these eternal values, and that is the education in human values, very popularly known as EHV. So as parents, we have to make our homes schools. Our homes should become schools where the medium of instruction is EHV. That is the goal of Sathya Sai Parenting. So we have to ask ourselves, as parents, we have to ask ourselves, what is my concept of my physical dimension of personality as an instrument of Dharma? And try to match it with Swami has taught us. And is this what I am transferring to my children? What are the concepts about the body as an instrument of action? What am I transferring to the children? Now, maintenance of the physical body. Swami has given a very clear guidelines about how to maintain this shariram madhyam khalu dharma sadhanam. And especially we talk about aharam. Aharam is not food alone. Aharam is what we imbibe, taken through all the 5 senses of perception. Now we have to reorient and ask us whether this is in tune with Swami has taught us. Now we have to reconstruct, ask ourselves, what is my idea about my intellect? What I construct, what I have so far constructed based on my experiences in life. An intellect as a means to know what is true, what is real, what is eternal, what is ephemeral. And am I giving my children messages based on this? And we have to ask ourselves as parents, have I understood Swami's teachings that the mind is a bundle of desires? Swami has very clearly told us the mind is a bundle of desires a cloth woven by threads of desires. If I have understood, am I as a parent practicing Swami's advice on sealing on desires so that children can emulate this, especially in this present world of so much of temptations through the visual media and the advertisements? Am I as a parent transmitting the noble idea that Swami has given us, and that is the sealing on desires? And as parents, we have to ask ourselves, what is my idea of emotional intelligence? Do I, as a parent, show emotional equilibrium and equipoise? Do I realize that the real enemy within is what we call as Shadvairis, that is Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. If I understand this reality, am I transmitting this idea to my children so that the children can understand the value of emotional management? Swami often talks about ABC. One of the ABC is always be careful. Always be careful. This applies to our thoughts, words, and emotions behind them, and our deeds. Swami said you have to be very careful what you think, what you feel, what you do. So if I have understood this, am I able to follow this so that my children can follow this and internalize this idea? As parents, as well as devotees of Swami, we have to ask ourselves whether we have understood Swami when he says, with love, man is God. It's a very wonderful statement that Swami has given us. With love, man is God. Now we have to think, those of us who have been fortunate enough to have his darshan and be in his presence, and those who could not have his darshan but still through the visual media experiencing his presence, even though his physical presence is not there. Now we have to ask ourselves the thrill and ecstasy that we experience when Swami calls us Prema Swarupalara. See, whenever we hear the word, that one sentence that Swami utters, so much of thrill and ecstasy we experience. As parents, we have to ask ourselves, are we able to make our children experience the same? Can our children see us practice what Swami did when he was a small child? All of us have read Satyam Shivam Sundaram. What he has been teaching his classmates and friends, not to harm anyone, manasa, vacha, karmana. Now, are we able to do that so that we are role models whom the children can emulate? This is a question that we have to ask ourselves. For this, we have to go back and again and again, read Satyam Shivam Sundaram or Swami's life story and the Sai literature where he has given us all the ideas. If we can in our family, make every cell of everyone's body resonate with the Mahavakya of Swami, love all and serve all, or help ever and hurt never, by our own thought, word and deed, then it is Sathya Sai Parenting. Sai Ram.